whether it's a comedian or actor, someone who is trying to get to the next level, you know, from making 15,000 a year, you know, that is, you know, is working hard, but not being seen, not getting to the level of, you know, where they want to be. What is some advice that you would give someone like that?
Man, okay, so one that's really, really good, you know, it's about the consistency of, you know, thinking about where you want to get to. So that finish line, okay? So I had to let a lot of stuff go, because what I was doing was that I was imprisoned in my mind, because my mind was literally like, well, remember this happened, and remember this producer said this about you in the audition, and look at where you at now. How can anybody even believe what you're gonna do and not dig it? And so it was just like all this negativity that I was giving myself, where that I was my own competition. Like, you can change the atmosphere of every room, and you can change the atmosphere of where you walk in if you really work on your spirit, meaning work on you. You know what I'm saying? Work on you. And when you do that, that's when you can change things around. So focus on those things that are happy within your life, that you want to see in your life, you know, because it all starts with you manifesting it in your mind. You know what I mean? Once you can see it, and that's really faith. Like, once you have that faith that, okay, I can get to this point, I can do it this way, then you start to see it, you start to believe it, and then when that happens, things start to happen in your life that are just amazing. You know what I mean? It starts happening, and trust me, I know, because I've been here, I've been there, and then went back up here even better than I was before. So that's why.
And still rising, and still rising.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You have to do it, man. It's like, for instance, where it was like motivational speaking. I do that as well. Like, it's like I got to a point where you know, I'm a man of faith, and if you don't know that, you know that now. But it was a thing where the Lord told me in my time of prayer, he said, I want you to go speak to the youth. I want you to go speak to youth in high school, and I want you to go speak to kids in juvenile homes. And I'm like, do you know what I'm going through right now? Like, I don't want to speak to kids in juvenile homes. That's what I'm saying. But he was like, no, go do that. And when I did that, within your helping, that's like so much. It's like, you know, a blessing to be a blessing. I'm sure you've heard that before. Yep. It's like, as you're helping other people, it helps you. So as you help
inspiring others. Yep.
Yeah, man. And it helps you, it motivates you. And when you're teaching others, you're relearning. So you're learning again. You know what I mean? It's great. And where it motivates and empowers you even more. And it's like, you know, me and my wife, we started, you know, back when we were dating, we saw kids that were dancing in Los Angeles back when the jerk movement was around. I don't know if you guys know what the jerk movement was, but all these kids dancing. So you're a jerk, that song. And so we saw kids dancing, doing that in the streets, and we were like, yo, I want a place where they can do this and have a competition, like an actual competition show where they could do this. So we hooked up with a community center, you know, out in Carson, California. And we said, yo, we're going to have kids come, and I can teach them how to like make this like a show. So we'll put it up on YouTube, and we'll get sponsors and stuff like that. And if for every kid that wins, you know, through the sponsorship money, we'll give them $300, and they get a swag bag, right? We started off with like 10 kids, right? Then this thing started to blow up where we had 500 kids. Where it was ending up, we had to almost turn kids away that were coming in there. And it was something positive within the community that we were doing, giving back to the community. And it was great. Like, they were loving, they would look forward to it every month, looking forward to having these dance competitions. But now, even now, that was years ago, but now these kids are like older now, they're adults, and they still hit us up. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, like, oh man, thank you for doing that. And, you know, we were motivating them around that time. So you just never know what happens out of you giving back and helping. And those creative ideas, don't give up on that. You know what I mean? Because we create emotional walls in our life, but for every emotional wall, there's always a door that's a blessing. So don't allow that to happen. You know what I mean? Right when you're thinking like, oh man, if I just got this little bit of faith, I can make it happen. Do it. Do it. Whatever it is you want to think of. And even when it gets hard, because it got hard. I mean, it was times when we were tearing up. We were just like, we put all this money into this thing and nobody came. And it was like, we got rent. What are we going to do? You know what I mean? But then it started to turn around, started to change around. You know what I mean? So you just keep going.